Okay, so I'm live right now, and I have to
Hi,
put.
here.
I have to.
Yeah,
Huh?
I'll see you there.
Okay, I gotta hang up.
Bye.
I don't. Bye. Da, 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 da. Box. It's probably other people live, but that's okay. Um. Hi, Clancy. Oh shoot! I'm trying to find like. Um. I didn't even realize that the queen had passed away because um I just called Gingerlocks in the hospital, and she said, I heard about the queen. And I'm thinking she's talking about someone on YouTube. Oh, and I'm like, which queen are you talking about? I thought she was talking about someone on YouTube. Oh, damn it. Ugh. What the heck? Um, Pin this. Ugh. Can you hear me? I just got back from the store. Hi, Vanessa. Hello. I'm trying to pin this. This stupid thing isn't working for me. Oh, there's. Hello.
Hello.
I
I changed
can't
my
hear
picture.
you.
You can't hear me.
Say
Can
something.
you hear me now?
Oh, okay. My volume was turned all the way down.
Ah,
Hello,
that's
Vanessa.
good after. I was like, good morning. No, it's good afternoon, everybody.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get up until noon today. Maybe that's why I didn't hear about the clean. I've got my
Yeah.
days and my nights mixed up. Seriously,
Well, when
I
you
have my
stay up all
days.
night and you go live, yeah.
Well, no, I start watching things, and I mean, it's not all. I'm not watching all drama on YouTube. I'm watching other things on YouTube. Like I watch.
I haven't even touched it. There's just too much that I'm covering on TikTok that I can't.
Yeah, you're a TikTok freak now.
Uh, I'm a TikToker now.
You're,
It's like I
you're a
said, it's.
TikTok freak. Hi, Texas girl.
I know. I never thought I'd
I
be a
don't
TikTok
even
freak.
go. I have very,
Hello, Texas girl.
unless you say you put something up there special, I rarely go on there. Rarely.
So,
Texas girl.
did
So the
they
queen passed away.
right. That's why we're here. That's what we're here to talk about. I did slightly hear you kind of telling them the story about how I told you.
Well, yeah, because I didn't know. And when you said I heard about the queen, I'm like, what queen?
I've been
But
asleep since 11 o'clock.
well, this must have just happened then. She must have
Yeah,
just
no,
passed away.
it had to happen within the hour. Yeah.
Good Lord. I wonder, oh, she must have been in the hospital then.
No, she was not. Here's the deal, and this is what I heard. And I was talking to my roommate here, and we were saying that we saw something about uh, people are running to see the queen. I don't think it actually gave a reason why they were running. And I said, she's going to die. She's 96. She's going to die. And that was like the last conversation her and I had. I went to sleep. I woke up and she's dead.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be callous here with the words that I'm trying to use, but that's how it happened.
This sounds pretty callous.
Did it? Did it sound? Sometimes my direct and to the point sounds very, very callous. So no, it's not
Well,
what it is.
when you told me, I was, hi, Big D. Um, Early announced the queen has already died in the news because I'm from London. Early this afternoon, it's all over the news.
Vanessa, that's what I'm
probably-
saying. I heard, that's what we heard first, was that
Yeah,
everyone was
well,
going to her
but
side.
early afternoon there is probably morning.
Early
here.
afternoon there is evening.
No, it's morning here, right?
When no, they're ahead of us, not behind.
Yeah. So if it happened early afternoon, then it would have been in the morning that it happened here.
Correct. Maybe, depending
That's
on what
what I'm-
time it was.
Yeah. Well, early afternoon because they're like
Well,
about
if it was
6 hours
12,
ahead of us.
right. If it was 12:30, this is not necessary. That doesn't matter. But yeah, probably. I just don't even know the answer. And again, everybody,
know they're
I'm
about
sorry. I apologize. I just woke up from a nap. I'm like,
They're about 5 or 6 hours, I think, ahead of us.
5 hours, depending on where you live.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
and the only way
Some of them are 6 hours.
I know that is because my friend of mine, Lisa, and I know where Australia is because of Bridget. So I understand it, but you got to think about it. So yeah, if it's 3:30 here now, say they told us at 2:30. No, if they told us at 2:30, then the Queen would have died 5 hours back. You don't need 5 hours ahead because they're already into the evening there. They're at nighttime.
But it would have been back. You would have had to go back.
Right.
Early enough. So let's send up prayers for her family. I'm sad to hear that. I know she was 96, but still,
Look,
you know, she's always been.
it's kind of like Philip. Like I don't get very upset, especially if I have some family members who have lived to their late 90s. And every time that they've passed away, it wasn't sad.
Oh, if
because
it's your
they had-
family member, it's
They
sad.
had lived so long, and they have already told you probably.
My
since-
grandmother lived to be 97, and we were devastated when she passed away. Devastated.
I mean, yeah, that's a person who's not in your life. I guess I have a morbid sense, maybe, because when my
I
friend
don't know.
Tina's her husband died, like it's almost like a way of protecting myself from, making more clear logical science out of it in my head compared to the feelings, because the feelings are way too overwhelming. And I just tried to prepare myself for the worst, but you really can't. But I tried to, and I'm aware
Well, that's
you
like
really
my
can't.
niece. My niece who passed away at
Oh, that was awful.
years old. You
That
can't
was so
prepare
bad.
for that.
No,
Yeah, that was devastating. We were all devastated with that one,
right.
like completely.
Like I said, I call this is more of this should be a celebration because of how long she went as a queen, for everything she did for the country, everything that she has been through.
How long was she?
How
queen?
many wars? Let's see. How many wars? I don't
How long
know.
was she queen? I'm looking.
She started I believe she started at age 19.
How long was she queen for? How long
Well, she just had her 70th jubilee not too long ago.
was QE?
I think 19. I think.
What's that?
I said, I think she was 19 when she became queen. I think was the word.
70 years, it says on here.
Right. She just had her 70th jubilee. So if she's 96, take 70 away. 6.
Oh, was she 16? No, she had to be 26.
She was 20. Yeah. So yeah,
70
70.
minus 90 or 96 minus 70. That would make her 26.
24, I thought.
Well, it just says 26.
Right, yeah. All right. You're right.
Because
You know
she's
why?
96.
I've got pain medication in me, and I should trust you. Your judgment.
What kind of pain medication did they put you on?
Dilaudid.
They always put you on that. Is that
Unfortunately,
an
more,
opioid?
more. Oh yeah, absolutely it is.
But is that good for you to be on so much?
Number one, I'm not on so much. I'm only on it when I'm here because they don't have
Hi,
weed.
Gemma. How are you? Oh,
Hey, Gemma.
Gemma's from England. She probably knows too. Oh, she's backstage. Oh my goodness. I didn't even see you. Hi.
Hey,
I'm
Connor.
sorry.
Hey, Ginger.
Hey,
Hi.
Gemma. Yeah, great. You know, I heard the Queen passed. How are you doing?
I'm just, I'm gutted.
And this is what I'm going to say, and I said it to Carla. And I mean, she was 96 years old. She was working up to the day that she couldn't work anymore,
Yeah,
and that woman was. You looked at her; she was strength, unbelievably strength.
She was an icon though in the UK. So people
yeah.
are.
She was just, it's just an absolute shock. Like, we knew she was ill. We knew things were not brilliant with her. We knew for the last few months she was not mentally well. And then today, the lunchtime announcement was she's ill. She's been medically supervised, but things are okay.
That was the last thing I heard, and I
And
looked at.
then at 6:30 British time this evening, the Sky News, our local news, goes live and says the Queen's in really poor health. It's not looking good. And then by 7 o'clock tonight, my time, the announcement was the Queen's dead. So it
Wow.
was literally very, very quick. It was literally she's been gone. Well, technically, she's been diagnosed as dead 2 hours.
Now, I'm not a
Wow.
part of your country, but I literally am sorry for your loss because I
Hi,
bet they
Sue.
all feel like family to you
Hi,
guys.
Sue.
Am I wrong about that?
It's just the shock of how quick it was. Like, I don't think we were expecting it to be as severe as what it was today. And once the family were thrown to Balmoral, it pretty much set the precedent of, this is going to be real bad. Like, once the Balmoral announcement was made, that was it. It was pretty much ticking time bomb. And then when it got to 6 o'clock, it was just like, the Queen's getting worse. I'm like, oh no. And then by 7 o'clock, it's like, the Queen's dead. I'm like, huh, what?
Right. I fell
And
asleep and I
So
woke up to that.
it was
Prince
just very, very
Charles,
quick.
Prince Charles is going to be King Charles now.
Yep, as from tomorrow. Yep,
As of tomorrow.
Really, that fast?
yep, that's what they were saying just now. Yep, he will take his place as king tomorrow.
Wow.
Well, yeah, they have to get. Will he have like a big ceremony?
Hi, Pure Chaos.
I'm like, maybe you don't even know this now because she's been queen for so long.
I don't
it's
agree
like,
with King Charles at all. I don't agree with Camilla being queen consort. I think it's a big mistake. I don't think the
what,
queen
she's
was
going to be a
thinking
queen?
straight. Yeah,
She's gonna be a
Camilla will be
queen?
queen consort, which basically means she's queen in
I
waiting.
have to go and pause. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Or mute. Sorry.
What does that mean?
Basically, it means because Camilla is a former divorcee, she can't be fully queen. Therefore, the queen has named her queen consort, which basically means she's queen in waiting. So it'll be King Charles plus queen consort Camilla. So she'll be queen consort. So she won't be full queen, but she'll still have the title of queen. Even though she won't be, because she's not allowed to be, because of being a divorcee, seen as, especially within the Christian family ethics of the royal family, it's not allowed. So
I guess there's some protocols.
yeah, if you come from either a divorced family or you come from someone who's been formally divorced in the royal family, that is seen as a no-no. So that's why Camilla will never be fully queen, because she comes from she's a divorcee, and she comes from a family that's not.
Yeah, I was hoping Prince William would be king too.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he'll pass it over to him, but
I doubt it. He's waited all his life for this. Yeah, I doubt he'll pass it over to William, because William and what's her name? Oh God, I always forget her name. William and Kate would be a perfect king and queen.
Yeah, they
I
would.
think.
The UK want them. That's the thing. The UK wants them. We want King William and Queen Kate. We want them. We've been wanting them for a long time, and unfortunately, it's not going to happen because it's not how the royal household titles work. It has to be King Charles because he's next in line, and then it's up to him whether he abdicates his role and then gives it to William, which then means William would be issued in as king. But it's not until Charles would say, "Oh, okay, I abdicate my place," then William would take that
Do you
responsibility.
think he would do that?
I
like-
hope so. I hope so.
Like
want
if
him to.
he gets enough pressure, do you think he would abdicate? Because
I think if he had enough pressure thrown at him, yes, he probably would. I don't think he would plan on being a king for a long time. He's a 77-year-old man, so I don't see him ruling for a very long time.
yeah, exactly.
I don't
And,
think he'll be
and
ruling
I don't
into his late
think
90s.
Camilla is very popular over there, is she?
No, not as much as William and Kate are. William and Kate get a lot of positive press a lot of the time. They're out and about all the time, whereas Camilla is kind of seen as the home wrecker who wrecked Charles and Diana, and a lot of the British people don't like her. It's since Charles and her got together, everyone just doesn't like her. Everyone's like, she's evil, she's nasty. No one wants her around. It's just, unfortunately, she's Charles's wife, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, I didn't even know about the Queen until Gingerlocks told me, and I'm like, no, I really liked her. Like, I know she was old and all, but I really liked her.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth did a lot of good for the country, and I think now we're going to be doomed. I think the UK is in a really bad position because not only have we had the UK Prime Minister change over, we've now got the death of the monarch to deal with.
Right.
And I think two things in one go has just been a bit too much. And I think now the UK people are going to be completely torn because not only are we dealing with a new UK female Prime Minister, we're now dealing with the loss of a monarch as well. So it's kind of, we've had enough to deal with.
I totally agree. I think they should have skipped Charles. I don't think they can do that, though, legally.
No,
right?
they can't. It has to be royal protocol. It has to go to Charles, and then Charles either abdicates or says he doesn't want it. And if that case, then it will get handed straight to William, hands down, because William will be next in line. So,
well, if he listens to his people.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if he does listen to his people, but if he's 77, he's not going to be like his mother and make it to his 70th jubilee or whatever they call it.
He'll probably reign for what? Probably, we're lucky if we get
10
like
years?
10, maybe 15 years out of him, and then it'll go straight to William once Charles isn't around.
So then Kate can be queen.
Yes, she can, because she'll be full royal. So yeah, it'll go straight to King William and Queen Kate when Charles is no longer here.
And see, Charles should think about that too, because Camilla will never be queen.
Hell no, she won't. No way. No way. The UK people don't like her. The amount of names I've heard Camilla being called in the past is absolutely funny. She gets called horsewoman. She gets called gold digger. She gets called home wrecker. She gets called a lot of nasty stuff, and I'm just like, why would you vote this woman to be queen? Why would you want her? She's nothing but a destroyed woman. She's just not a nice person.
Is there any way that they can get around her being queen in waiting, like that she could be queen?
Well, depends on the situation. As far as I see it, the Queen, the last time this was updated was a few weeks ago, and the Queen personally said that Queen Camilla is to be Queen Consort, which basically means she's to help the Queen out in situations where she's unable to do certain things, and she gave that title to Camilla back in June. So that title was already handed over to her, but that was only to be used if the Queen was unwell.
What's her title now?
Camilla is Queen Consort, so it basically means she's queen in waiting. She's not
No,
fully
but I
queen.
mean before this, before
Duchess
the
of
queen,
Cornwall.
the Duchess. So she was a Duchess.
Yeah, she was. They were the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall. Both Charles and her were the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall. But now, obviously, his role and title will change because once he accepts the role of king, which has to go through the UK Prime Minister tomorrow, then he will officially be named and known as King Charles.
Boy, that's a lot of hoops to jump through.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
pretty much. Our UK is very about logic, order, facts. It has to be all put through the government. It has to all be above the Queen's orders, and everything has to be signed. And yeah, it's a lot of paperwork and a lot of hoop chasing for a lot of it.
And they're so rich.
Could you put? Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, they're so rich too. They've got more money than God.
She's like recently as well. One of the things that people don't know about the Queen recently, knowing full well that she was ill, had put some of her properties on the market for people to rent out rooms, and that's caused a massive explosion of people going, "What was she thinking?" Like, she's
That's what
letting
I thought too.
people
England
rent
will
out
stop.
rooms in her properties. She already rents out Sandringham, the Garden House, and a couple of other properties, and she's now going to be renting out other properties across England that she has. And apparently, I think the cheapest night you can get is like £400 something nights. It's
Prayer
quite
Chaos says England will stop for her funeral.
because
Oh,
we're in what we
definitely.
call the national mourning now, which is a 10-day process. So when a monarch dies here in the UK, when their death is announced, that is the start. So like today will be technically the start of day one of the National Day of Mourning, which goes on for 12 days. So then by Sunday, her body is being brought back to London so that people in London can grieve, say goodbye, and all her death will be re-announced in London, as well as already being in Balmoral. And then the funeral, I believe, will be the week after. So next week they'll have to say goodbye to her, and then the following week it'll be UK will be in shutdown for the funeral.
Sue
So-
says Edward advocated for the love of a divorced woman. Wallace.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
If he really thought about the country and the monarch, he would. Just my American opinion. I don't know. I don't understand that.
Yeah, Edward did advocate, which was seen back in that day to be very, very bad and not allowed. He was actually exiled at one point because the Queen Victoria at the time was very against people marrying outside of marriage and doing things that they shouldn't be doing. But Edward was just one of these people who didn't really care, and back in the day did what he wanted to do, which I don't blame him. But the thing is, if you marry into that royal family, you are asking for a life of service. That is it. You are there to work. You are there to work until basically you die, like Philip did. He worked until he died. It's the same with the Queen. They both worked themselves to death.
Yeah.
So
But he was
very, very
never
sad.
king. Prince Philip was always Prince Philip. He was
Yes,
never
he was.
king.
Prince Philip would never be king because of his mixed heritage. Because Prince Philip was also known as the Mountbatten of Holland and the UK, which is why he had the title Philip Windsor of Mountbatten, because he was also Dutch and Greek. His family comes from Greece.
Well, is it no? Okay, so if you're a queen in the United Kingdom, whoever you marry can't be king, or can they?
They can if they are part of the royals within the royal bloodline or within the royal ancestry, but if they're outside, then no.
Oh, okay. See, I never
You have to be
understood why
inside
he
the
was
royal
never
family.
king. I never understood why he was never king. He was always Prince Philip.
Because Prince Philip also, as a mark of respect, he actually was offered to be king at one point. He turned it down because he said that he wanted to be in respect of his wife, knowing full well she was going to be queen. In respect of her, he'd step back and take the title of prince. So he chose to be Prince Philip rather than King Philip. He did it as a mark of respect for his
Serena.
wife. So yeah, it's
Thank you for doing this for my queen. Aw.
much love,
Yeah.
Serena. I hope you're doing okay as what you can be for right now. I know things are very, very hard for the rest of us. So
Well, I
hope
was raised in Canada, and I remember when I was young singing God Save the Queen. That was how we started the Lord's Prayer and God Save the Queen, because we were under a monarchy in Canada.
yeah,
So
she's the head of Commonwealth. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it's made me really sad.
I know the
for-
Commonwealth are going to be extremely hurt as well, because when you guys have obviously been made aware of it today as well, it's kind of hard for you guys, because now the head of Commonwealth will be Charles. So
Yeah.
things are going to be becoming a lot different from what they would have been under the Queen's premiership. So
You know what I find really sad
what's
is
that?
what's his name that just got married?
Harry
Harry being here and not close
Harry
to
and
his
Meghan.
mother.
Well,
Yeah.
that's his own fault.
Sussex. Yeah.
I know, but I find that sad for her, not for him.
Talking of Harry, he arrived in the country. He arrived from London about an hour ago, because he was meant to be doing a charity speech for disabled children tonight, but that's been cancelled. So he's going straight to Balmoral to be with the family without Meghan. And Kate has also stepped back, and she's not going to Balmoral either. She's
Hi,
with
Tiny Comedian.
So. Yeah, Tiny Comedian, there's a lot of it. There'll be a lot of it over the next few days. I'd start getting used to it. There's going to be a lot more announcements, and especially.
Well, I didn't know. Okay, so they won't have a funeral for her for 10 days?
Yeah, we're
Is that-
now in what we call the national mourning process. So basically, the country will go into shutdown for like 10 days whilst the Queen's
Wow.
body gets transported, and whilst the country comes to its knees to grieve and say goodbye. And yeah, it'll be a while before the UK gets back on its feet again. It's going to take a while.
Yes, Pure Chaos says, bless the Queen, the longest reigning monarch.
Yeah, she was
Yes,
the
she
longest
was.
Probably
reigning
ever.
She reigned for 70 years, which is the longest reigning monarch the UK's ever had. So she was the longest sovereign that the UK's had actively. So
Hi, Freeside.
no one will beat her record ever.
Oh,
Hey,
I don't think
Freeside.
so. Because what's, she was very young when she took over,
She was 21 years old when she became queen. So
21.
Was she 21?
I thought she was 19.
I thought she was
she was
26.
19 when she got told about, but she was actually 21 because they couldn't. So I think I was told they couldn't coronate her before her 21st because she was out of the country and she was doing a lot of work abroad, and she came back to be made queen. So she
I
was, I
remember
believe she
that.
was 21
Well,
when she was actually coronated for the actual engagement.
Kate
When I-
Anderson, you can come back.
would I
in
say
and
I
you can
remember
behave
that?
yourself.
When I said I remembered that, I'm sorry.
You disgusting scumbag, Anderson. Go get stuffed, you disgusting piece of crap.
Yeah.
Anybody with a wrench down there?
I already took care.
Yeah. You know what, Gemma? You can't let people like that get to you, because that's all they want to do, especially when they're
I
like.
know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know not everybody liked the Queen. I know that. I know she was not liked in some places. I know some people were like, oh, she's gone, get over it, whatever. And but she was still my monarch. She was still my queen, regardless of how people feel. She still served my country. She was still head of state. She was still head of Commonwealth. And the thing is, we're all in shock. We're in loss. We don't know what to do, because the person who was responsible for our country is now gone. We've got no one until King Charles tomorrow.
and
Hi,
Charles,
Singer.
Charles is there, right? He's
She
there.
was beautiful when she was younger. She really was.
Yeah, she was absolutely beautiful. She was stunning. Absolute stunning. I can actually show you a picture that I saved of her earlier. This is a portrait that I downloaded off Google. This is one of the portraits of her when she had her tiara on. She was
Wow.
stunning. Look at
She had a lot of jewelry, didn't she?
Oh yeah. She's
I
got-
hope it doesn't go to Camilla. I
no,
really
that,
do.
no, that won't. That will go to the grandkids and to
Yeah,
Kate.
no, Camilla's like
and-
the last, I think.
There's no way that they'll
Yeah.
give her jewelry to Camilla. No
That's why I
chance.
said to Gemma, I said, do you think Charles would abdicate his, being king to hand it over to Kate and William?
No, he won't do it.
Because I think that would be nice of him to do.
But he's always supposed to. That's not how it works. It's not who's
Well,
nice.
he could
No, it's not how it
abdicate,
works.
That's not how it
unfortunately.
works.
but he could abdicate.
Yes, he could if he chose to. If he wants to abdicate, then he has to make that publicly known. That has to be made on the media and announcements, and also in written handwriting. That handwritten letter then gets given to Buckingham Palace. Then they confirm it, and then once the media confirms that he's abdicated, then that will go to William. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening for at least another good maybe.
It would be
10,
nice if he
15
did
years.
that, because they're more popular, way more popular
That
than
doesn't
he
mean
is.
anything. That doesn't mean anything with the popularity. It's a person who's next in line to be king.
But he can still hand
Why?
it over.
But why? Why would he do that?
You never know.
He won't,
of his
because like I
age.
said, he's been waiting a long time. He won't abdicate unless he
Of
becomes
course
so
not.
medically ill. Then
And
he'll
he
have no
couldn't
choice
do
to.
it.
But
This isn't about feelings, y'all. It's how everything works. This is how it works over there. And do
Yeah.
they have this is how there's a certain system. And that's why King Charles and William have been working together as kind of like the king since she's been so frail. Correct?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, I was asking. So Gemma would know because I just that's stuff that I've heard. It's just that, excuse me.
Well, Camilla will never be queen.
no,
She
not in my
shouldn't
eyes. She
be.
won't. No chance.
She shouldn't
No.
be.
I don't like Camilla. I don't think she's relatable at all in the slightest interest. And the fact that they're pushing this agenda all today, all yesterday, oh, Queen Camilla's going to make it better, she'll make things easier for people. I'm like, no, she won't. This country is doomed.
She's a homewrecker.
Once they take over, this country's going to be screwed. And no matter what they do, the country's going to be in a worse state than what it already is. The country is in a decline. We've got rising energy problems. We've got disabled people being treated like absolute crap. And now we've just lost our queen on top of it.
And Gemma, just so you know, all that other stuff, we have that too. We have, because the world is completely in disarray. Let's be honest. The whole world is.
yeah,
to
the whole
lose-
world's in disarray. Yeah.
Honestly, I follow the royals. I love the royals. Always have. I always loved Queen Elizabeth. I should say that. I'm not going to say love because I wasn't. I wasn't from England. It wasn't my monarch. This was another country's. But to just look and admire and see what she's done, different documentaries. And I know The Crown isn't like completely accurate, but the gist of the story. I love all these
agree
stories with them in it.
Savannah. I don't like them either.
Yeah, so the jewellery will stay in the Queen's either Tower of London or within the Buckingham Palace walls. The jewellery will be kept as a signifier of her memory, and I think that later down the line it's probably going to go into the museum with her other stuff like her tiaras,
That's what I was hoping. Yeah.
her wedding dress and stuff like that. It will be put in the museum for the public to see later down the line, but obviously right now it won't be. It'll be all kept within the Buckingham Palace walls and stuff until the royal family decide what they're going to do with it. So yeah, it's all behind, and right now from what I believe it's in the Tower of London being stored safely, so all her jewellery will be locked away and stored until they see fit what to do with it. So
As long as Camilla doesn't get it.
oh
I don't
hell
think where
no,
it
no
goes.
way, no. That jewellery more than likely will probably go to Kate if anything,
It's probably
because-
that jewelry is probably just going to go in.
because Kate's already been given several pieces of the Queen's jewellery, like earrings, bracelets, and other stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
she'll probably get more of it as time goes on down the line anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kate makes an announcement, or William does, and says, "Oh, we've been given more jewelry or whatnot." So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens to be the case, which probably will be. Knowing the Queen, they've probably got some order written out already, I should imagine.
So will Camilla wear a crown?
No, I believe she'll probably wear a tiara of some kind. I don't think she'll wear a crown because it'd be, to me, disrespect from the Queen's memory to do so. I don't think the Queen would be too impressed if she was to wear one of her crowns.
And Charles will wear like a big crown.
Yeah, he'll wear a crown, probably one of the former king's crowns that's kept in the tower somewhere. I imagine they'll be getting it ready for him for the next few days once he officially has his king title instated. So
he's already king. He's
yes,
king
but not
right now.
formally. He's not. Not formally. He's not. It has
They
to be
have
done.
to
Like I
have a
said,
ceremony.
it has to be done via the press, the media. It has to be done via the royal family putting out an announcement like they did today about the Queen. It will be put on Balmoral. It will be put on Buckingham Palace, and the public will be made aware. Today is when King Charles will actually admit he is king. He would accept.
Doesn't that have to be done by like?
They have what they call a regent in place right now, which is, a regent is basically someone who will watch over Charles for the next few days, will make sure he's ready mentally, physically to become king. He'll sign a contract, and then that contract will act as his official engagement that he is king, and then that will be photocopied and put up to Balmoral, Buckingham Palace.
But isn't that who's that officiated by? Is that like some kind of religious person?
Yeah, they'll have someone from the church, and someone from the UK government will go to either Balmoral or to Buckingham Palace within the next 48 hours.
Pure chaos.
That will be signed to be an official contract. So once King Charles signs it, then it'll be official. But at the moment, he's not actually officially king. Yes, he's been labelled king, but until he signs it and says he accepts, then he's not king until he signs it. So right now he may be king, but in actual legislation he's not yet until he actually signs the contract. Nor is Camilla. Camilla won't be known as Queen.
Hang on, I'll let you up in a second. Someone wants up.
Who wants up?
I don't know.
Who?
I don't know.
If you don't know them, I wouldn't bring them up.
I'm going to bring them up. I can't always be. He's showing his picture. Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
My name is Mason.
Hi, Mason.
I didn't want to interrupt y'all though.
That's okay.
But your name is Carla, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Mason. No, but I didn't mean anything wrong. I just wanted to see I wanted to see if it was okay, you know.
Yeah, you're up here. We're just talking about the passing of Queen Elizabeth.
So it's not an open panel though.
Yeah, I mean, I have that sometimes, but today we're just talking about the Queen.
But that's not happy, right? It's like depressing, or
it is kind of depressing, and it's especially depressing for people that
it's happened in the UK right now. Is in shutdown. The UK is grieving. We're in a national 10-day mourning right now. Our Queen's just died.
This is.
So did I come in the wrong time or something, or what?
Yeah, can you come up at a different time? I mean, you're welcome to come up.
She's been ill for a couple of months, and she deteriorated to the fact that the doctors basically told her she wasn't allowed to do anything today.
Carla, I didn't mean anything wrong.
No, you're okay. You're okay. But, when we're talking about something else, you can come up.
But I don't know when that is, though.
Well, check for my notifications, because I usually put notifications up, but check in the morning.
So are you ever just free though, like where you don't just talk about what's called depressing? I don't know, but depressing, right?
Depression, you mean?
No, like depressing stuff.
No, not all the time.
No, Carla has some really awesome dreams.
Yeah, today is it's kind of depressing because the Queen just passed away today.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's kind of depressing
the
today.
The UK and Commonwealth in grieving. We've just lost our monarch. She was 96.
And I
Yeah.
have a lot of subs that come from
I'm
the UK.
British, so I can talk.
Yeah.
about it.
So yeah,
Carla, I didn't mean anything wrong, Carla.
you're okay. You're okay. I'm glad you showed yourself.
So I did the right thing though.
Yeah, you did it right.
I mean, I did it the right way. Like
Yes, you did. You showed yourself.
I showed
And I
myself. Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
May I ask you something though before I go?
Sure.
Is that okay or no?
Yeah, you can ask me something. Anything.
Who is Ginger Locks? Is that one of your friends?
Yes.
But she's on mute though, I think.
Yeah,
She's in the hospital.
She's busy
I
right
am
now.
on mute.
She's in the hospital right now. She might be going through some kind of tests. So
She might be busy or something or.
yeah, yes, she's in the hospital.
No, I know, but I just didn't know what she was doing though. You know.
Yeah, she just
Yeah, Ginger's a really good friend of ours. We've known her a long time.
yeah. I've known her for probably 3.5 years.
Y'all
We've known
been
Ginger about
y'all
5
been
years.
good with each other.
Yes, we are. We're all good friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a nice guy, but I didn't want to just randomly, I don't know, just randomly.
Yeah, well, just check my my channel for open panels, and sometimes we just talk about anything. We joke around. I mean, it's not always depressing.
But this time it is. I mean, for you, right?
It is because a lot of my friends come from the UK, so I'm sad for them.
They come from the where?
UK, where
Oh. Oh, you mean where she died?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm from the UK.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So any other time would be good to come up.
Will you let me know or?
Sure. Email me.
Carla, but you would send it, right?
Another time. Yeah, she'll do it. She promises
Yeah.
she'll do it.
Anytime. But we're not talking about anything but the Queen today.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah, Carla, I know.
So, yeah, just email me and I'll get back to you. I promise I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say before I go like that, I'm a drummer. I like to play the drums.
Cool. Maybe you can play the drums. Maybe you can play the drums here.
If you're interested in that kind of, stuff or.
I am actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd love to see you play drums. That'd be awesome.
I have a drum set, but I just don't like. It's a bad time for because what y'all are doing,
Yeah. Another time would be good.
So I just come
Another
back.
time.
Yeah.
Just email me and I'll get back to you and I'll tell you when I'm going live. Okay.
Well, okay. What's your? You'll send it to me or?
My email is in my about section. So
Okay.
just go to my about section and email me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And I'll get back to you. I promise.
Oh yeah. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Okay. Okay. So what were we talking about? Forgot now.
Yeah, I can't remember. That guy kind of threw me off a little bit. Yeah, Vanessa,
Well,
I
I
want that
wasn't
far from
sure who he
you.
was. Hmm?
Yeah, I wasn't sure where he was going with that either. I'm like, I was afraid like this guy was like purposely coming up to say
Well, I
things.
saw him. He showed himself. So I knew it wasn't.
But you still don't know him.
Huh?
That's fine. You still don't know him, but that's fine. That's that's
No,
what you
but
want
how
to
do
do.
you get to know people on here if you don't talk to them?
Well,
Yeah.
it
And
takes a
he's-
lot for me to trust you now these days.
He
It's just for
seemed
me.
pretty nice. I mean, it just wasn't a good time, because of the subject. The subject matter is not.
It's all over the news. I mean, there's honestly no
Yeah,
place
there's
you can
no
look right
getting
now.
away from it.
Well,
Regardless
you
of,
know what? I don't listen to the news. If you hadn't told
Me
me,
either.
I wouldn't have known.
Me either.
Because
I
I
woke
just
up.
don't listen
you,
to it.
Carla, you would have done. It's
Oh,
international.
eventually I would have
everywhere.
heard someone say, "Oh, it's so sad about the Queen," but I don't watch the news. I just don't. I haven't watched the news since this pandemic started. So
I don't turn my TV on barely.
it
Yeah.
would have.
Big
Yeah,
Brother's
I
the
haven't
only
watched
reason.
while
much
before
news
I found out.
until the last few weeks. I've been kind of keeping a close eye on it, and then today was just happened to be I breezed through some of the YouTube news channels. I was like, what the? And I turned it on, and it was like, yeah, the Queen's deteriorating. It's probably not going to be a very good outcome. I'm like, oh no. And then boom, it happened. I was like, what?
It's so sad. Yeah.
So it just kind of it's thrown me all day.
I was actually thinking about you, Gemma, when I found out, and all my friends from the UK, like JoJo, and there's a few that come in here from the UK, and I was like,
yeah, Pure
that
Chaos
must be
is from
devastating for
Heathrow.
them.
Vanessa says she's from London. Vanessa, I'm only about an hour away from London, so I'm not that too far from you. I'm an hour away by train. from London.
That London is a place I definitely want to visit.
London is good in parts.
When I was
depends where you
younger,
go.
my dad took us to the changing of the guards.
Oh, that's
down in Arlington
awesome.
Cemetery.
I love that.
In Arlington Cemetery?
No, in England.
Yeah.
They have a ceremony called the changing of the guards.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
The ones with the big hats.
Yeah, the ones with the big hats.
We actually went there.
Yeah, I went to the changing of the guard back in. When did I go to Windsor? April. I went to Windsor in April with my dad. He took me for a tour around Windsor Castle. Absolutely amazing building.
I don't
much
know
bigger
how
than
those
on
guys
TV.
never pass out. The ones that stand guard over the.
They do have bottles of water and stuff with them. They do have like a little
because they wear those
pocket with
heavy.
a bottle of water and stuff in. So they do have drinks with them.
Yes,
They
I
just
hope she can rest in
usually
peace.
they have to be very careful when they get their bottles of water because they have it's like little pockets on their uniforms that they get their drinks and stuff out of. So it's all structured and yeah. Thank you, Whistledown. I appreciate the compliment. About the Queen. It's still very, very raw, and I'm still kind of like, what? Is this real? Huh? What? I'm kind of just still questioning it in my head. And...
when Gingerlock said, "I heard about the Queen," because I had not heard. I didn't get up till noon today, and when she said that, and I'm like thinking that she's talking about someone on YouTube, like someone that has a drama channel or something, like Queen, how they have names for people on YouTube. And she goes, no, Queen Elizabeth. I'm like, no. And she goes, well, she was 96.
Yeah, she was 96.
Yeah, but it's still sad.
To me, that's a celebration of life, though, because you've lived so long, and she did so much good work. And you have to think about it.
I told you, my grandmother died when she was 97, and we were devastated. So,
see, and for me, whatever, when we've had families who pass away, and a lot of different families in my family who have lived into their late 90s, it was always like, okay, what more can you ask for a nice, good life, long life?
I don't know. I guess maybe because my grandmother had all her faculties right up until the end.
I guess, so, that's a little bit more complicated.
She wasn't, she didn't
Where
have...
it's out of the blue, then
She didn't have, she lived on her own in her house. And, she never had Alzheimer's or anything like that, where she didn't know people. So yeah, we were devastated when she passed away.
Yeah, I think regardless of what kind of loss it is, it hurts regardless because you have to go through
Hi, Jonathan.
all the grief and stuff and
yes,
everything. Hey,
long live the Queen. Hi, Sweet Pea.
Hi, Sweet Pea.
I don't know if I said hello to you, but I'm saying hello to you now.
Yeah, long live memory, Jonathan. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So we have to kind of just try and come together.
And it's probably going to be really hard for people, because I remember when Diana passed away, how hard it was on the people.
But that was such a different situation. She was
young.
Well,
I'm just saying that English people really appreciate their monarchs. It doesn't matter if she was young.
They support them, absolutely. Yes, they do.
So it's hard on them. This will be hard on them. She was a queen, It's going to be
Yeah,
hard.
Whistledown. She's the only queen I've ever known. I'm only nearly 34, but she's the only queen I've ever known. I've always respected her. I've always admired what she's done for the country and for people with disabilities, and I just feel lost. Like she's done a lot
Yeah.
for people
I mean-
with mental disabilities and stuff. So,
Right.
Like Whistledown said, like my parents, they don't even know a different king or queen. It's always been her.
yeah.
And
so
so,
that's a
and
whole
that's,
other generation.
yeah.
You know?
And they really respect their monarchy over there. So this is going to be hard on them.
I think, and also what makes this even harder is the fact that the UK had Diana's anniversary last week, and then now within a week of that, the Queen's gone downhill. So to me, it just seems a bit weird that we've had the anniversary of Diana's death last week, and the country was upset and mourning,
Yeah.
and then boom, within that week, we lose the Queen. So it seems a bit weird.
I
don't
mean,
know.
it was probably kind of expected, but it's still sad. I think it's sad.
Yeah, I think we knew secretly she was going to be going at some point. We knew that her health had gone down the toilet since like May, early June, and she reportedly, the Balmoral and Buckingham Palace had said no, but someone had leaked out from the Buckingham Palace yesterday that she'd had a fall, and that was the reason why she was medically being looked after today, was because she was complaining of being in pain. So I don't know if she had a fall and they just didn't want to admit it, or if that was just a sign of her weakness getting worse. I don't know. But there was a leak saying that she'd had a fall.
What did you know?
I did hear that too. I heard that.
Yeah,
she
it was
fell.
leaked by the British press early hours this morning saying that she'd
What?
had a
I missed
fall,
that.
and then
What
doctors
did
were
you say?
rushed to the estate.
What did you say?
That the Queen fell. There was like
That the Queen
Oh,
reportedly
she
had a
fell.
fall, but it was denied by Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace said no, it never happened, but Balmoral haven't denied it. They basically just said she was unwell early hours this morning, and doctors were called in, and they told her to basically do nothing but rest. And that was left at that until lunchtime. Then lunchtime, more doctors were rushed in, saying that it's not looking too good for her. And then at 6 o'clock, we were told that she'd actually gone, and at 7 o'clock the official death announcement was released saying that she'd been
Do they still
found
go
dead.
out into the courtyard and announce it? Like,
Yes, they do.
you-
Yep, that was
you
done
know?
tonight at 6:30. That was done. The photo was put up, and then the death
they go
announcement.
out and announce it, like in
Yeah,
the movies.
yeah.
Hear
They put
ye,
out a
hear
little
ye.
plaque on the gates, and then there's like a 2-minute silence, and then the Queen has died, and you hear like the news report announcement saying from Balmoral, the announcement is the Queen is dead. So it was actually very, very quick. So
I bet you'll see a lot of people crying, and
yeah, you will. There's
And a
going to
lot
be a
of-
little grieving for the next at least probably 9 to 10 days, if not
It's
more.
going to be hard
because
on them. Mhm.
especially the older
UK is
people.
in national mourning, so basically our country is in shutdown right now. Our country is preparing to grieve, preparing to do a funeral, and until the funeral's done, there's gonna be nothing but tears. I can
Now,
pretty
do
much.
people shut down their businesses and stuff like that?
They will, yeah, they will, because
We don't do anything like that here.
it's seen as a sign of respect to the monarch. To not shut down things would be seen as a sign of disrespect.
Yeah, that's what.
Sweet Pea, Harry is here, yes. Meghan, no. Meghan
what-
is staying in a London hotel with the children, what we were told.
Is
Hopefully she
Megan
stays
there?
Yeah, Meghan's here, but in a hotel in London. She's not in Scotland with Harry. She's behind in a hotel with the children.
Mhm.
She had chose not to attend Balmoral today, which I think, to be honest, was a better option for her not going. And Kate did the same. Kate has stayed in Windsor with the children. So
Well, surely she'll be at the funeral
yeah, she will. Kate will be at the
So
funeral.
they don't
Not sure about
have a
how Meghan,
funeral?
though.
for 10 days. They
Yeah,
wait
we're in
10
national
days.
mourning for 10 days, starting today.
And then they have that funeral is going to be huge.
Yeah, the country will go into shutdown for that. I can guarantee
It's probably going to be a magnificent event. And what I mean by
Yeah, it'll be
magnificent,
televised
visually.
for everyone to see anyway, like Prince Philip's was. It'll be televised on every single station possible.
Yeah, but don't you think it'll be more like Diana's than it was Prince Philip's?
Yeah,
like going in the
probably.
street with the
Yeah.
carriage.
Probably going to be bigger than Diana.
But she has said apparently
I don't know.
in her wishes that she
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
she wanted a local state funeral. She didn't want it to be dramatic. She wanted a small funeral. So I don't know how small it's going to be, but she wasn't one for attention. She didn't like it.
She
wanted
didn't
to-
get a lot of attention, did she?
No, the Queen didn't like attention. That's why when she escaped to Balmoral for the summer where she was now, that was her time to disappear and be left the hell alone, because the press weren't allowed there.
Well, too, she was older, so she probably didn't want to be out and about. She couldn't do what she did when she was younger, you know, like doing all those engagements that she did.
Yeah.
But she still looked good for 96 years old.
Yeah, she did.
I don't
Stunning.
care
She was a
what
stunning
anyone
lady,
says.
regardless of how frail she was. She was stunning. Her outfits were amazing.
And she had her faculties. She had all her faculties.
Yeah, she did. Oh yeah, very, very, very sharp-minded Queen. Very, very sharp-witted woman. Very, very. Hello, hair-hatted thief.
Hair-hatted. We're talking about the Queen. Gemma
Yes.
knows more about that than we do.
Today of all days,
Oh.
the UK is very shocked. We're very taken aback. It's kind of been expected, but not expected so soon. Like today, it was basically the country woke up to the announcement the Queen's not well. The Queen's got doctors on site. She's being looked after. She's comfortable. And then it turned out to be the Queen's getting worse. And then the Queen's dead at 6:30 my time this evening, and it's now 9:02 in the evening. So
I guess on the TV over there, that's all they're talking about is the Queen. Hi, True Helper.
the Queen will be front news for the next, probably at least the next 2 weeks, if not more.
She was the second longest queen in history. Who's the first longest?
The first
She
longest
didn't,
was
giving public interviews, but
would
it
have
was,
been her
I don't
mother.
think I've ever seen
I
her
think
in
her
an
mother was
interview.
the first longest reign. I think her
Who was?
mum, the Queen's mum, who died at 101.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The
Queen's
Queen
mum died at
Mother.
101 a few years ago.
That's right. She did just die, didn't she? It wasn't that long
not
ago.
that long ago. It's about, I think, about 9-10 years
Man,
ago.
they got
Maybe
some
They
serious.
have a
They got
long. They
got
live
some good
long.
genetics in that family. Damn.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
well,
it
Prince
was,
Philip
it was
was
a few years ago she
99.
died. So
Prince Philip was 99. She's 96. The Queen Mother was 101. I don't know about her sister. Her sister was, how old was her sister? Her sister
Sister's
died
younger
younger
than her.
Yeah.
Queen
But
Elizabeth's
she's
sister's
dead
younger.
now, isn't she?
Is she dead? She partied it up. So she seemed like she was a really fun person.
I don't know.
Jen,
don't know
you
how
watched The
much-
Crown? But
No,
number one, you should watch The Crown on Netflix. Number
everybody
two,
tells me that.
number two, I mean, yes, what they say, it's not the full story, but it's just the gist of the story is there. You know what I mean? So you get all the ideas and things like that from what it was back then, because it was so long ago, everything was in black and white. But if you look at some of the pictures, she was stunning. And those dresses were amazing back then. Oh my
Are you talking
God.
about Queen Elizabeth?
Yes, I am.
She was beautiful. She was very beautiful.
Like, I'm sorry. What was I
And so
rambling
was,
on?
well, no, so was, I didn't know if you were talking about her
No.
sister, but
Well, you know, I have a tendency to ramble.
Prince
So.
Philip was very dashing too when he was younger.
Agreed. Totally
Very
agree with you on that. Yes, he was
dashing.
very handsome. Very, very handsome. But, you know, Charles, he never got the looks. I'm sorry. Sorry, Charles.
Well, William favors his mother, and Harry.
I don't agree with you on that.
Oh, I think so.
I
Who
think
do you
William,
think he favors?
he's the nose is definitely the queen's that William has.
I don't think so. I think he favors his mother.
Absolutely.
I
I
think he
think-
favors his looks like his mother.
I think to me, he looks more like one of the royal, the royal family than Diana's family. Where that's Harry. Harry's all Diana's family because he looks exactly like Diana's
Oh,
brother.
I don't know about that. I don't even know if he's royal.
Who?
Harry.
I don't know if he's still royal. I think
He kind
is.
of looks like that redheaded bodyguard.
Yeah, but that happened way after the fact that he was born. That's been debunked. No, he looks just like her brother.
Oh, that's possible. I
Mhm.
don't know I don't remember what her brother looks like.
Yeah, just look it up. It's all there to be found. If you really want to. If you don't,
I will.
then don't.
Another time.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm being like very uber direct, and you're like, I can tell you think it's harsh, and I'm not trying to be harsh.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, well, it is a little harsh.
But it's
When you
not.
say
It's just being direct.
It's not a big deal. She's dead, but it is a big deal for those.
I didn't
people
say
that-
it like that, dear
Well,
God.
it sounded like that. It's
But
kind of
no,
like
you put those words in my mouth. I didn't
no,
say
but
it
it
like
sounded
that.
it sounded harsh to
The
me.
word,
It did.
no, see, here's the difference. There's one thing we all know what we're going to do. We're going to die. Okay, we're all going to die at some point. The woman is 96 years old. What I'm trying to say is that is a celebration for someone who lived that long and was able to give that much of their life for a country should be considered a celebration, especially at an age of like
It
96.
probably will, but it'll probably be very devastating for some people.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that nobody needs to cry or have a party in the middle of the
There'll
street or
be a
anything.
lot of tears, I'm sure,
Yeah, but the fact is,
because they're used to having her. That's one thing that was a constant in the UK was the Queen. Oh, True Helper, I haven't seen you in
oh my God, True Helper.
ever. Aren't
What
you
the
watching the
hell,
chat?
man?
He's in here.
Then again, I'm never in here anyway, so what am I talking about? How you doing, dude?
I'm only live today because Gingerlock's mom, it's not Gingerlock's mom. Gingerlock's wanted to go live about the Queen. And I didn't
Yeah, I said,
even
let's go
know
talk
what to
about
say.
it.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about her, to be
And
honest
then
with you.
as Gemma came up, everything was going crazy in here, and I couldn't even talk. So it kind of worked out.
Well, you left too. You
Well,
left for a while.
I didn't leave. I was listening. I was getting medication, getting my blood checked, and all this kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
having a little bit of issues here. but
Someone
we're trying
hacked
to-
my account some time ago and went nuts. It's good to see all of you. Oh, I hate that. Someone hacked my brother's account on Facebook and messaged me and asked me for $150. And I'm like, I called my husband at work and I said, my brother needs $150. And I thought it was weird because he's got a really amazing job. Like he makes a lot of money.
Yeah,
And I thought,
seriously. Why is he asking me for
he goes, you better
$150?
check, you better call him and make sure it's him. So I called him and he goes, no, don't. He said, whoever hacked into his account had messaged everybody on his friends list
Mhm.
on Facebook and asked them for $150.
If I go
And-
into someone's account, like say for instance, if I'm in my account and someone sends me a message that someone who normally never, ever, ever directs message me, I will delete it immediately, only because it definitely has to do with spam.
But this came into on his account.
In his
I
face,
thought
his Facebook, right?
on his Facebook account.
I
And
know
he-
so many people this has happened to.
But he talks to me. So I had no idea it wasn't him because it was his account. And even when I messaged him back because he said, message me on Messenger and I want to see if it goes through. So I messaged him and I said, I was on the phone with him and I said, I just sent you a message. He said, I just got it. but whoever asked for that money was not him.
No,
They had hacked into his account.
I've heard, like I said, a bunch of friends of mine that has actually happened to. So people are sneaky.
I don't know how they do that. How did they get into your account?
Technology and figuring out how to get around everything.
So they just they
hack their way in.
yeah, but they get your password, or I mean, how did they do it?
Yeah,
Like I don't get it.
everything. They get everything,
It's weird.
including possible like shot, from your card if your card's in a wallet in your phone. Like, yeah, they can take all that stuff.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
never
scary.
happened to me. Never happened to me, but that did happen to me.
Never say never. Never say never.
It has not happened to me yet. But
Like,
that's my husband's really careful about stuff like that. So careful.
so's mine. So I'm like, yeah.
Like he's like uber careful, and he makes sure I am too. Like he won't, that's why he gives me cash. He gives me cash because he doesn't want me carrying around a card, any kind of credit card. He just says, here's cash. You don't need a card. You don't need to take your card anywhere, because that's how people get into your accounts, is with your card. But I want to buy stuff.
I gotta go because my daughter's calling me. I'm like, I'll be right there. Hold on. She's texting me.
Are you coming back?
If I jump down and you're still up here, yeah. She just needs my attention.
Well, I don't know if I will be, because I don't know what to
How
say
about
about the
this?
Queen.
How about that? I mean, you don't even necessarily have to go on about that. I mean, we did talk about the Queen, but I
Yeah,
just
we
need to
did.
go see what she needs, considering I'm in the hospital and I can't access her.
Okay.
So I'll be back.
Okay. It's just the British way, just dropping in from the UK to say thanks for the respect shown to Queen Elizabeth. Well, there was a troll that came in and was not very nice, but I got rid of him or her pretty quick. Down with scammers and hackers. I'd gladly be judge, jury, and executioner of their trials. Yeah, well, that's what happened with me, with my brother. I mean, I have had no idea. I was actually going to send to PayPal him $150 because I really believed it was my brother. And had it not been for my husband saying, you better check and make sure that it's really him. And I did. And he's like, no, this person is messaging everyone on my messenger, on my friends list, and messaging them and asking them for money. Because even like he had friends from work, and they were asking him, hey buddy, do you need, you need a loan? I mean, I can hit you up. And he's like, what do you mean, do I need a loan? Because he makes good money. He says, I don't need a loan. And it was just whoever this hacker was just hacked into his account. And yeah, don't feed the trolls. Yeah, exactly. It's just the British way. I was raised, I mean, I wasn't raised in Canada. My dad was in the Air Force, and believe it or not, and some of you can believe this or you can't believe this, my dad was a pilot and would deliver mail to the Queen, not to her directly, but he would fly to England, and if he had mail, and this was years ago, he would deliver the mail. I think he even had like some kind of, token thing saying thank you for delivering the mail or whatever. So I've always had a special place in my heart for her. So, but I know it's going to be hard on the British people. I really do. I mean, I get it. I get it. Because I know even though my grandmother was 97 years old when she passed away, my God, she lived in her house. She took care of, I mean, she did her own laundry. She used to cook for us. I, you know, I'm sorry, Vanessa. Um, she used to cook for us, and she would cook huge meals for our families. And so even though, she was 97 years old when we lost her, it was really hard on us. But I don't know where Gemma went. She's probably maybe doing her own tribute to the Queen. Sure. I never knew that they shut down everything for 10 or 12 days, but it makes sense to me. I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of flowers and tributes to her on their television. And I'm sure we're going to have lots of tributes on our, even though, I mean, because I think in the United States, we've always respected the monarch. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot of shows about that too. So, but anyways, thank you guys for coming in and showing your respects to Queen Elizabeth, because she was like the second longest monarchy, reigning queen in the United Kingdom in England. I don't know if you call it the United Kingdom or you call it England. I'm going to say the UK. But very sad news. Very, very sad news. Yeah, Matt Spurs. It is a very sad day. And I understand that, especially for people that, and most of you are at an age where that's all you've known. You've known just her. So it's going to be hard to get used to King Charles and the Queen in Waiting, Camilla. So I was kind of hoping it would be King William and Queen Kate. I really was, because I think they would make such a beautiful, beautiful couple. Yeah. And those kids are so cute. So cute. But I think I'm going to, because I don't know if she's coming back or not. And I don't know what else to say about her. Oh, there's True Helper. Hey, True Helper.
Hey, hey, how are you?
Long time no see.
Oh, absolutely.
Sad day today. Sad
Oh,
day.
absolutely. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to hop up here. My condolences to that whole nation. And there were so many nations that she had overseen. She was queen to everyone. And I think people misunderstand that here in the United States. But
Mm-hmm.
it's, I have
Well,
no doubt it's
Canada,
a
where I
heart-wrenching
was
time.
brought up, was a monarchy. We used to sing God Save the Queen every morning in school. And I remember that.
Okay. Okay.
And my dad, like I said, was a pilot and used to deliver her mail to England. So, she's got a special place in my heart. So,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anybody that has any questions about her list of just miraculous and amazing accomplishments can simply just rock a wiki. Go to Wikipedia and look her up. And I happened to do that when I got the news earlier, about an hour ago. And I mean, the fight that she put in for racial equality and the whole nine yards is just nothing short of spectacular.
Yeah. And I guess she's even going to do more. And Gemma was saying that she's going to put up some of her properties for rent for people. And I mean, she's still going to. Hi, Mr. Positive.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, she really did have a huge heart. That's one thing. Most articles that I had ever read about her, because my grandmother, God rest her soul, she had always loved just anything involving, the the monarchy over there. I mean, she collected everything from the coronation to the Silver Jubilee. I mean, you name it, and I basically have it. So it's
And
just
we've
insane the
just
amount of
always
stuff that.
followed them here.
Hmm. Yeah.
Though the United States really has nothing to do with England, but we've always followed, the monarchy. It's
Yeah.
always been something we followed.
Hmm. I've already started getting notifications there. For a while, amongst the conspiracy theories, there were people that actually believed, and I'm not throwing shade on her, but some of the things about the aliens and stuff like that, I'm sure people already know what I'm talking about, but people had accused her of being like a reptilian shapeshifter because
Oh
she lived
my
so long and
God,
stuff.
I
I
saw
was,
that.
yeah, I
I'm
was
like,
dying.
are
I'm
you
thinking,
kidding me?
yeah,
You
that
effing
killed me.
kidding me? I saw a video like it showed her, and it was, you could tell it was,
Pixelation.
yeah, somebody
Yeah,
did it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. They
it
do the
looked,
eyelids all the time. They're like, look,
yeah, and
look,
the
this slits.
eyeballs, and it looked reptilian. I mean, God damn.
Uh, yeah.
No,
So
I mean, we got to
it's
remember her
crazy.
age, and may she rest
Mm.
in peace. That's all I've
Yes,
got to say about it.
90, 96 years old. I mean, that's well above the average life expectancy. And especially someone in her position, the amount of stress, the responsibility. And I know they have a bunch of people in their cabinets, their advisors, their, just the people that keep them up to date on things. But ultimately, I truly believe that in her heart, she really cared for her nation. She cared for everyone around her. And yeah, of course, there were some family issues. Tell me, name one family ever, including all of ours, that there's not one of us that hasn't had some kind of issue in our lives. So of course, but
They had good genes though, because Prince
mm,
Philip
mm-hmm,
lived to be 99. She lived to be 96. So they've got some good genes. And God knows how long King Charles will live. He's 77 now. I didn't
true.
realize he was that old, but
And
yeah.
did I just hear too that her mother had just passed away? Didn't weren't y'all just talking about that?
Her mother, the Queen Mother, passed away at 101, but I'm not sure when she passed
Wow.
away. But she was 101, so yeah,
Wow.
good
That's
genes.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And all I can say is truly my condolences for anybody from there. And I do know there's a bunch of people in and around the community that are from that area, and it's got to be very depressing. It's not
Well,
something you
like,
hear every day.
like some people in my chat said, like I have a lot of people from the UK said that the whole country is going to shut down for the next 12 days, 10, 12 days, um, out of respect for the monarchy. So,
Yeah, and I believe it's a part of their how they observe that type of thing within or anybody of royal blood dies. I'm
yeah.
not sure exactly what all the details are, but I know they've been very, very traditional with that, and they've kept it alive, well, for
Hi,
forever, or
Scott.
since they started.
Oh, she died in 2002. The Queen Mother died in 2002. See,
Mm,
I don't know. I never kept up with the Queen Mother, but I know she was over 100 years old.
mm,
Oh,
mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear about how much she had devoted, not only monetarily speaking, but from her own, blood, sweat, and tears in that the whole the fight
Hi,
against for
Shauna.
racial equality. I was very impressed by that because I know that wasn't a good topic back in those days. And when you got people that have lived a certain way their whole lives and for many generations, when they started all the racial equality, it didn't sit well with many people. But she still chose to speak out against it.
I think she was
She
kind.
wanted it. Oh, very kind. Hmm.
I think she was kind soul. And she'll rest in peace now. When you get to be there, she was probably tired too. Like, when you get to be that age, and she hasn't made many. I don't think I've ever seen her in an interview. She's probably done them, but I don't think I've ever seen her in an interview.
Yeah, she definitely shied away from those. I think there's only been a handful that I know of in the past 15, 20 years. So she wasn't, she was not inclined to do those.
Yeah,
Not
she
anyway.
wasn't
And
like an attention seeker
yeah,
for
no,
sure.
no. And I don't blame her. And who would? Because, everything, especially public leaders of any kind or anybody in the social spotlight, I mean, they twist up their words, they make up narratives, they got their own personal agendas to fulfill. And I think it's just horrible what they do to certain people.
That nation is going to be. I mean, this is a queen. She reigned for 70 years or 70 odd years. Yeah.
Is it
So this,
74 or 77? One of the two
I'm
numbers, I
not
think.
sure if it's at least 70 years, which is a long. Some people don't even live that long, you know.
No,
So she
no.
reigned that long. And you know what? She looked damn good for 96 years old, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
You
taken
know?
her for that age. I wouldn't have thought she was that old.
Yeah,
I'd tell you.
I would think about, 81, 82. That's about
Hmm.
it.
So I imagine the princes are probably headed back there now. I'm not sure how
I
close they
think
were
they
or if they
are.
were with
They're all
her.
going to Balmoral Castle.
Hmm.
Harry, William. Yeah, it's going to be really hard on them too. They've always had her in their lives.
So as far as secession goes, who now steps up to this queen spot?
Prince Charles.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Prince
wasn't aware.
Charles, and he's going to be king, and it's going to be King Charles. And Camilla, is going to be Queen Camilla in waiting, is the way Gemma explained it to
Okay,
me.
okay.
She can't be queen, just queen outright. She's going to be, because she's divorced. So she's
Hmm.
going to be Queen Camilla in waiting. So,
Oh, I read that somewhere before. I remember hearing about that. But long live the king! I tell you, I don't know what that entails exactly, but I can't imagine it's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
easy.
He's 77 years old, so he's not gonna reign nearly as long as his mother did. Um, and I didn't know this either. She became queen when she was 21 years old.
Oh,
So
wow,
yeah, so she was
wow.
really, and she was beautiful. She was a beauty when she was younger.
Yeah, I remember seeing pictures. Like I said, my grandmother, she definitely loved to collect anything that involved the queen, well, and the whole family for that matter. So I remember when she passed, and I'd come into, I acquired her collection. I was just blown away the amount of pieces that she had, and I never really knew that she was that fascinated by it all. But then, as I
But
grew a bit older, I could see why. I mean, just all of her, everything that she had done, and for so many, and just it can be very, oh, what's the term I'm looking for? It can just be fascinating to follow some of, the royal
it is.
family.
Scott says Charles can change his name. Why would he change his name? Everybody knows him as Charles. Like, I
Yeah,
don't understand
I
why.
hope he wouldn't be King Chuck or something like that. I think King Charles
Oh, she
sounds.
became queen at 27. I'm sorry. Someone said 21 in here.
Hmm, hmm.
But, you know, sorry.
That sounds about right.
I don't want to give out wrong information. I thought
Yeah,
26. And then
damn you,
someone
Carla,
corrected me.
with your
Someone corrected me
misinformation.
and said 21. I know. Yeah. Damn me all to hell.
Yeah, yeah. But
We're
I think
gonna,
this
like,
is
in the
good.
days to come, we're gonna see a lot of a lot of things about her, I'm sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I just happened to be, I can't remember where I was, but I got a notification from Forbes, of all publications, which I was kind of surprised about, were the first ones, at least on my phone. Gave them the notification that she had passed. I mean, I knew she was sickly, but I didn't know to what extent because I hadn't been keeping up on it. So when I'd heard that, I was kind of shocked. And yeah, like,
Well,
wow.
I
It's
called
just,
Ginger in the hospital because she's in the hospital right now, and she goes, I
I
heard
hope
about
she
the
gets
queen.
better.
I thought she was talking about someone on YouTube. That's how you know you've watched YouTube much, because I'm like, now who's calling themselves the Queen? She goes, no, I mean Queen Elizabeth. And I'm like, no. She goes, well, she was 96 years old.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah, a
still.
queen I actually give a damn about. No.
No, it was like, yeah, well, you know, it's like natural to think that there's so much drama on here
Oh yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. And so many walking around
Hi,
calling themselves queens.
Tawanda.
Hey,
Hi,
Tawanda.
love.
That's good to see you. Good to see you. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
it
just
is.
figured I'd hop up real quick and just
Well,
say,
thank you so
thank you for that.
much.
And
So
also
much,
I did want
True
to further
Helper.
elaborate on what I said in chat earlier. Was that I had noticed a while ago. I actually got a couple calls from some of my prepper friends who I've been known to, frequent their channels, and they were saying, "Yeah, you're in chat, and we're not quite sure if it's you." And I'm like, "No." And at the time, I was actually traveling from Virginia, so I'm like, "Yeah, no, I've been on the road for 4 hours. There's no way it could be me." And then supposedly they were also all up in the drama community, like, and we know who it is. We found out exactly who it was because they used my
Uh-huh.
verbology. They just tried doing stupid stuff. But anyway, so if anybody had
Yeah.
seen me all up in, say, even if I was in here
I
supposedly
don't
talking
think I've
crap or
seen
something,
you in a long time, but then I haven't been,
good,
I've
good,
been
good.
going in totally different, like, animal channels, and, I've been watching documentaries and
Mm,
watching Netflix and stuff like that. I'm so
yeah,
tired, True Helper, of all the nastiness on here. And we were
yeah, I don't
talking
blame you.
about this the other day, that it used to be fun on here, and I couldn't wait to come on, and now
Yeah,
it's like I don't even care anymore. Even
I
I
agree.
wouldn't have been live today, except Ginger wanted to go live and talk about uh,
The Queen
the
and the passing,
the
yeah.
Queen. Yeah, and I
Hmm.
said,
And I
sure,
don't blame you.
yeah, we can go and talk about that. He will be
Yeah,
known as King Charles III, but he
cool,
could have
good.
chosen his other names, Philip, Arthur, and John. Yeah, they always have a lot of names, don't they?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Charles, but I mean, I've heard of a few things. I mean, I hope he has the ability to step up like the Queen did. That's for sure. Because I
Yeah.
wish their country nothing but the best. I mean, when people look into it, I am far more familiarized with how much business that we have back and forth, between our nations, and it really, I just hope.
Well, I hope my UK friends mm, I show know that I'm showing them nothing but respect, and I know they're in mourning, and I'm
Oh,
sorry about
absolutely,
that. Yeah,
absolutely, and that's
I'm
I also
sorry
wanted to
for the
say.
loss of their
Yeah,
queen.
absolutely. And that's why I wanted to say personal thank you for doing this because it's definitely it's very much respectful to offer condolences and to have a stream like this. It really
And
is.
that's what I'm
Observe.
doing. I'm just
Hmm.
giving
Well,
out my condolences.
you take care of yourself and much love to
Oh,
everybody in
you!
chat. It
Thank
was
you for
good
coming up.
talking with you for a minute.
I don't
Yeah,
think
and
I'm
thank
going
you
to
for having
stay
me.
much longer.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't
That's-
blame you. I don't
I,
blame you. But much
yeah.
love to you, Carla, and I'll catch up with
Much
you.
love to you. Come back.
Uh, all right, I will. I will.
All
Thank you.
right.
All right,
Okay.
goodbye.
All right. So I guess we've said everything we need to say. Gemma put it all out here and told us that, what's going to happen in the next 10, 12 days. So uh, I'm sad for the country. I'm sad for the UK. I'm sad for the people there. But you guys take care, and thank you so much for coming in. I mean, it wasn't a big deal to show my respects for the royal family and the people of the UK, because I know they're suffering right now. So you guys take care, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll go live soon again. Okay, bye.